knowing your past?
Well, 24 years ago, when I tried to get in the bar restaurant business, I wouldn't use that as a talking point, but it's tough to start a small business. We gave it a shot, like thousands and thousands of people in the city who take a leap of faith and try to get it done. It's very hard, and that's why, as a public official, I've made it one of my missions to make sure that we help our small businesses. We stop taxing them. We stop hurting them with overburdensome taxes and fees to drive them out of business. So that was a lesson I learned at a very young age.
Put in place, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but at a very young age. And I'm not gonna, and obviously they didn't franchise like my Whipple, which I thought. But what I would say now, 25 years later, this is an office of controller that requires trust. As a public official for 20 years, I don't have anything to apologize for. I didn't resign in disgrace. My tenure in public office was not called a colossal failure by the New York Times. Every independent validator in the waning days of this campaign, in the Times, the Post, Daily News, Jewish Press, Amsterdam News, the Observer, point to my qualifications as controller and my opponent's lack of qualifications for this office. I understand that to be a successful controller, you have to work with 58 trustees. You can't just put a badge down and slam your fist down and say, change will come. You have to work with people to get a result. That's just the reality of the job. 5 different funds. We're going to consolidate those funds, make them move together as one. That's going to require the trustees to vote for that. It's going to require the potential for state legislation. I was a very effective legislator. Not only did I end FTC voting in Albany, but I passed bills relating to issues of domestic violence. I'm passing the Order Protection Bill to help women. These were not easy bills to pass in a Republican Senate, but I had the skill set to get that done. And the reality to this office is, if we're going to build and lead the nation on emerging managers, on creating the diversity that we all think is very important, you need someone who will have respect, and somebody who people will put their faith in. Somebody who could go around the country to other institutional investors and say, look who I built up a borough president's office, which started from scratch, and we created something that every editorial board respects. That's the difference. The truth of the matter is, and I think this is fair to say, when you compare my public record with his public record, there's no comparison. Nobody should be elected to office who resigned in disgrace to an office that requires public trust of a $140 billion pension system. It's simply ludicrous.